Jesus walks with me. Oh, yes, he does.
The only way Blanche Pino can hold on to her husband now,
yes, he does,
is through her heart and her last name.
Me so. He fed me, he clothed me, he took care of me until the last day.
That last day was January 26th, 1986, 3 decades ago. Blanche was busy taking care of their young children.
Christopher was just turning a year old. Portia was turning a month old when I lost him. She never got to know her dad. She never got to see her dad.
That's because Alex Pino was murdered, according to the original police report from the Conway Police Department. It happened on Forest Loop Road in Conway. The report says a neighbor called police after a woman asked him to, saying her daughter had been murdered. It was around 12:30 in the afternoon when police found 24-year-old Juanita Floyd and 21-year-old Alex Pino dead. The exact details of the scene were not made public, but the report says the two were lying down and blood was visible.
They were stabbed. They was in the house.
Blanche still remembers when she got the news.
I was just coming from the grocery store, and my sister got out of church. She was there, but she wasn't able to tell me. And my brother-in-law showed up, and they told me what had happened.
She says things weren't perfect between her and Alex. In fact, she knew her husband had been hanging out with Juanita, but she didn't know details.
I never got to talk to him about what was this. I always told him, regardless what you do, you always can come home. You still had a family. Because when I married him, he was 19.
As a young mother, devastated by her husband's death, Blanche's focus for years was on figuring out who was behind the stabbings.
I just was so tied up in trying to understand why and when, and stuff. So it drained me. I had my kids to take care of.
Alex has been in this cemetery for 3 decades now, longer than he was alive. His family still doesn't know who sent him here or why. One person was tried in the case and found not guilty.
Jesus walks with us. It's been almost 30 years, and we still haven't had any release.
Despite the length of time, the emotions are still raw, evident during a recent candlelight vigil.
To whoever and wherever you are at and what you've been doing all these years, I just hope you haven't been hurting anyone else, because you have tore our family up from the ground up. You have tore our world up. But we forgive you because you're someone's child too.
One person couldn't make it outside for the vigil, Alex's mother. She held a tea light in her son's memory from her bed.
I would give anything in this world to have my child back to me. But I know it's impossible now.
Jenny Graham was diagnosed with lymphoma last year, and she also has congestive heart failure.
From July until now, I believe I've been at the hospital 6 or 7 times.
Despite her waning health, her memory of her son remains clear.
And he was a good child. He'd give you a shirt off his back. For anything else he had, all you gotta do is say, Alice, can I, or will you do this? And he'll do it.
But his death also sticks out in her mind. Jenny and her family worry she'll never find out what happened to her son.
But I pray and trust one day before I leave this world, which I don't have too much longer, that somebody tells somebody something will happen to my child. Because it's not easy, Lord knows it's not.
These 30 years later, Jenny wants answers so she can finally feel free, like a bird.
I don't know, Lord. I don't know. Lord knows I don't know.
Or a balloon. Reporting in Conway,
Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Amy Lipman, WMBF News.